once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and my name is Jessica Molefe, just in case you're a new subscriber. So yeah, today my face is already beat. I'm not gonna do any makeup today. I just want to touch a bit on the things that I think, the products and the tools that I think a beginner needs to have. You know, I get a lot of questions, people really asking me, how much is a kit? Should I buy everything? Blah, 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 and all those things. The secret really is just starting small, building your little collection step by step. You know, don't necessarily have to buy everything. So I'm gonna share with you here a number of things that I have here on my table that I think as a beginner you need to have. And I'll try to tell you where to get them as well, especially in a case where you are watching this video and you are in Botswana. I'll definitely help you where to get all of these products. So stay tuned. I'm going to start first by talking about the tools that I think you need. Before I jump into the products, I'm going to start first by the tools. So let me get them here. So the number one tool you're going to need, I don't know whether to categorize this as a tool or a product, but I think it's both. This is actually a brow pencil by LA Pro Girl. You can find it in Discam. Yeah, what happens is that it has a spoolie on the other side and an eyebrow pencil. Yeah, an eyebrow pencil. That's why I'm so confused whether to categorize it as a product or a tool. It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both, really. So you need to have this as a beginner. It's very, very, very important. Very important. If you may, now I'm gonna mix up things here because of this thing. Let me talk about this first. You need this because what happens with this is that it doesn't only combine a product, it also combines a tool. So I feel this is convenient for beginners. You don't really get to you won't be under pressure to buy a lot of things. So you need a brow pencil that combines a spoolie and an eyebrow pencil. We also have these two favorite brushes of mine here. These are both concealing brushes. So this one is called the flat concealing brush. I'm very comfortable using this brush when it comes to concealing my eyebrows. So you can get it. It's important as well. It's one of those brushes you really cannot live without. If you don't have the flat concealing brush, you can always get the angled concealing brush. Mine is a bit beat and old, but yeah. You can get this brush as well and use it for contouring of your eyebrows. All right, and then there's this gorgeous little looking sponge here. It's called the Beauty Blender. I'm sure a lot of us are quite familiar with this tool here. So this little thing is very, very important, especially when it comes to foundation application. I like to use it damp because when you apply foundation with it in that condition, it sort of like gives this airbrushed kind of feel, you know. It doesn't scatter foundation all over your skin. I don't know really how to explain this, but you know what? I also try to make a video of how I use all of these tools that I'm talking about for beginners. I promise I'll do that. So my advice is that when you use this sponge, it should be wet, not necessarily dripping water, so that it helps to apply foundation seamlessly on your skin. So it's one of those tools that you really need. You can get a beauty blender anywhere, really. I like drugstores. Clicks or Discam. Just go to Clicks or Discam. And then we have here mascara. You cannot get into the makeup journey and you don't have mascara. You cannot. You need mascara. It doesn't necessarily have to be expensive or anything. I know and understand that there are a lot of mascaras out there, volume this, volume that, blah, blah, blah. look, get any mascara. Get any mascara, really. And in buying mascara, you should also take note of the wands, because mascara has got different shapes of the wands. Like this one looks like a comb. I don't have my other mascaras here, but the shapes are really different. I'll try to put up a picture of all the different shapes of the mascara wand, you know, and what is suitable for what, and stuff like that. So you absolutely need to get mascara when you start off in your makeup journey. This is the first step before you even jump to lashes. This is the first step before you even jump to lashes. Mascara. And then there are brushes. Brushes really vary in sizes, brands, blah blah blah. It's a lot of work really when it comes to brushes, but you don't need to stress yourself that much as a beginner. The only thing you can get is a powder brush. This is a powder brush by BH Cosmetics. I'm sure you can find powder brushes also at Clicks by Real Techniques. Yeah, you can get a powder brush from there. So normally this brush, as a beginner, I would use it for multiple purposes really, for dusting off, setting powder. I would also use it for applying blush. I would also use it for, I think that's just about it. Yeah, I mean, after all, it's a powder brush. I'll use it for dusting off, setting powder, like I said, and also applying blush. So this is one brush you need as a beginner. Speaking of brushes and blushes, did you know that you can actually apply your blush with the bum of your beauty blender? All you have to do is just dab in a considerable amount of blush on your beauty blender, and then just dab it on your cheekbones. If you don't have a blush brush or a powder brush, you can use a beauty blender for that instead. I guess I'm now slowly moving into products, or I've moved into products. Spoke about blushes. So you need a blush as well if you want. But the thing about blushes is that you really need to be careful about your color choices. You don't want to get a blush that is too pink, too red, too orange. You know, you really need to put into consideration your skin tone. Look, when it comes to makeup, everything obeys the law of skin tone. Everything, literally. You cannot override that rule. Skin tone, darling. Skin tone. So blushes come in different colors, I promise you. This is a blush palette by Sephora, and down below here it's like holographic blushes, and these are like your matte normal blushes. So you really need to be very, very careful when it comes to your blush choices. I mean, in shops, they do offer testers and all of those things. It doesn't matter to test out what is suitable for your skin tone and skin type. So you need a blush. I think you need a blush. You are, as a beginner, also going to need foundation. You need foundation. I promise you. You need foundation. You cannot do makeup without, well, some can get away with it, but not entirely. But I think you need foundation. And when it comes to buying foundation, you don't necessarily have to go all the way out high end, buying MAC and stuff like that, because you don't want to really disappoint yourself going out to go buy an expensive foundation only to realize it doesn't work out for you, you know. And when it comes to foundations, you should know your skin type and skin tone. Skin type is very important. Some are oily, some are combination skin, some are dry skinned, you know. So foundations too, when they are designed, they sort of like cater for different skin types, you know. So it's very important that before you go out and rush and say I'm going to buy MAC foundation because MAC is MAC. I think you should really sit down and really get to see and understand your skin type and skin tone. And then last but not least, I think we might also try to say we need setting powder. Yeah, setting powder. Not necessarily for, I know a lot of people use setting powder for baking and stuff like that. As a beginner, baking shouldn't really worry you, you know. I have with me here the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I also understand that LA Pro Girl has got a setting powder as well in this cam. It's actually a translucent setting powder. That translucent, you know, understand that setting powders are different. There's a translucent setting powder and your setting powder. The reason why this one is called translucent and the other one is not called translucent, it's because the one that is translucent doesn't leave out a residue of color. But these ones that are not deemed as translucent, they vary also in shades. So you need to be careful as well when you buy a setting powder. You need to know whether is it of your shade, your skin tone or not. You know, like I said, everything when it concerns makeup obeys the rule of skin tone. So yeah, you need a setting powder. If you think setting powders are a bit confusing for you, just go for a translucent powder. And by the way, did you know that you can actually use baby powder, your normal baby powder, for the same use? I mean, after all, powder is powder, you know. Try out baby powder if you feel all of these things are confusing for you. And lastly, I feel every lady needs to have a red lipstick in their collection. Look, red goes with just about any skin tone, that I promise you. I have with me here Nora Cosmetics, our very own local brand in the color Divine Diva. I love it. It's one of my favorite shades of red. And I feel if you are in bots and you really want to kickstart this after Corona life thinging, just go ahead and buy Nora Cosmetics. I promise you, you won't go wrong with it. So Divine Diva is my favorite. I feel every lady should have a lipstick in their collection when they start off with makeup. But if you feel red is a bit much for you, you can go for pink, any gloss really that is clear, but just make sure you look as good and as presentable as possible. All right, we are done with our little tutorial on the essentials, the things that I feel every beginner should have in their little collection when they start off in this makeup journey. However, before you rush and go and buy, I have a video on how to sculpt, to draw your eyebrows. I'm going to leave the link on the caption above so that you guys head to my YouTube channel and really get to see and know and understand what is used for and how. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.